What is going on, you football FAGs? Today, we're going to preview Week 4 Steelers-Vikings in Dublin, Ireland, 8:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. Sunrise blackout. Let's go. Now, where do we start with this bad boy? Let's start it off with that I still don't know. I'm not 100% confident in how the Vikings are gonna look Sunday, even though it's Week 4. And Game 2 with Carson at the helm, because last week was kind of an anomaly type game. Happens maybe 2 to 3 times throughout the season, but Isaiah Rodgers literally wrecked that game with the 99.9 PFF score. Come on now, baby boy. Never been done before. On top of that, two fumble Charles Tillman, Peanut Tillman punch outs. Fuck the Bears. P.S. And then just an interception at 86 yards. I don't need to say anymore. I feel like you guys have heard a lot. But that game got wrecked so early. It was 27 what? Just so early on, the game was wrecked. Where he's a game wrecker. Literally the definition of it. And yeah, things were ugly from the start. So the Vikings defense looked great, and Carson Wentz did what he should. The offense looked good. Jordan Mason, Wentz looked good, but he really had no legitimate pressure on him. So, and the offense didn't. So, when they are come this week, I think will be a true test of who the Vikings are against a decent team, because last week was amazing. But let's just think. The Bengals team, Jake Browning, and let's be honest, Burrow was their only hope. Yes, they still got Jamar Chase. They got weapons. But that defense is a steaming pile of trash. And they took him forever to pay Trey Hendricks. Literally treat him like he is a slave. He is a slave. I know the boy's Caucasian, but, you know, that's how the Bengals treat anyone. It doesn't matter the skin color. Excuse me, a little non-division hate. Now, let's focus on this week, what makes the Steelers a little bit different. First off, I'm going to start off at the top. The head of the operation, Mike Daddy Tomlin, one of the best coaches in the league, similar to one of the Harbaughs. And just know you're going to get a solid team. I know they haven't made the playoffs in 10 years, but he's kind of the only reason they stay ahead. They play a grimy style of football these last few years. And got just enough playmakers and a great coach to make things interesting always. Now, they got Aaron Daddy Rodgers on his last legs, right? And as a Vikings fan, I'll be honest, I have come to like the Shroom King and Daddy Aaron Rodgers. You know, none that ugly yellow and green. It makes you want to puke, makes you want to do the opposite of cum, makes your wiener go inside out. Come on. Pitching, either put a cheese head on or let ISIS, the Muslims, slaughter you live in front of the world, the entire family. I'm doing the second option before I wear a damn cheese head. But do whatever, make me swallow a lot. I'll do anything full homo not to do that, is basically what I'm trying to say. But yes, I know I just brought up Aaron, and I'll cover him really quick. I think he's dangerous, more dangerous than Danger Russell Wilson. We see that mess in New York. That's worse than a dang male on male cum shot. Yuck. But Aaron is a little more scary than Danger Russ. One of the best quarterbacks of all time. I know he's 41, and I think he's on his last year. But I think he does still have some left in the tank. He's made some great throws last week. Just some great prime Aaron Rodgers throws. And then other times you can tell he's not as quick. He just looks 41. So I like him, and I think if you don't play a good game, he'll beat you. And then I'm interested to see Metcalf on Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy, we know what he is. He's been a part of the team. A solid ASS corner. And I think he'll play your guys tough. I think he really brings you confidence in the secondary without knowing what Isaiah Rodgers is going to bring. But I'm interested to see him on Metcalf, and I think he's going to be the one who's primarily going to be on him because he's, 6'1". Metcalf's a big guy. I think Rodgers is only 5'10", 5'11". So I'm interested to see that matchup. Rodgers is going to try to high point him a few times. Let's go on to wide receiver number 2. I think it's Calvin Austin, right? Now, Calvin Austin, not a bad receiver, and I feel like he's kind of the same ilk of the other Steelers wide receivers they've had the last few years. Who am I talking about? Deontay, personality, Mez Johnson. I think that one comes to mind. George Pickens, another one. Two quote unquote, you're like, they have the skill to be number 1s, but they're not quite there yet. Calvin Austin, I do think, is the number 2. I want to see how Rodgers plays him. I want to have him a good second week. So I think it's a decent Steelers offense. Nothing to be afraid of, and nothing you cannot outscore and outpace, especially with our pretty good, solid Vikings defense, I would say. So let's recap. Aaron Rodgers still got it, but his last legs, he can't do it all on his own. This isn't 2011. But good coach, good quarterback, decent talent. You always got a chance. Now, what do I say with that? Offensive line, middle of the pack, probably at best. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have the most time. They don't get the most push in the run game. And you can kind of make them one-dimensional. Jalen Warren, DK Metcalf. These are guys with the ball in their hand. They can make stuff happen, but you got to give Aaron time. You got to make holds, and I don't think they're going to do that second thing most of all. And hopefully you make Aaron Rodgers make one bad mistake like we beat him last year in the Jets. So middle of the road type offense. Can't let him get going in the run game. Now, let's turn to the other side of the ball. That Steelers defense kind of let Fields have an efficient game week 1. But against the Pats last week, kept it good on the run game. Didn't allow anything. last couple weeks have forced an interception. So, kind of what you expect too. They're decent, but they're not the amazing Mike Tomlin team that you guys remember, that you kind of had to be fearful of. Yes, they got players. They got Jalen. I think they have Ramsey, don't they? At cornerback. With that Minka deal, I think. So, he's going to be matched up on Jefferson. But guess what, baby? Addison's back. Hawkinson. Addison, I feel like he's a number one wideout. So, you're kind of in trouble. I have a little more confidence in McCarthy, let alone Wentz. You had two number ones. I'm a little fearful of Jalen Ramsey with McCarthy, but I feel like on Jefferson, working with them, but I feel like Wentz will be able to eventually get him the ball. And the Steelers' defense doesn't seem that great against the run. I think with Jordan Mason, hopefully he'll have a game like last week. Let's get this. I think our offensive line can get pushing. We can get the run game going and get Wentz kind of comfortable like he was last week, and just doing enough, making the throws when he needs to make throws, third downs and sixes, stuff like that. And then running effective with Jordan Mason. No mistakes. I think if you win the turnover battle, you don't let him get going in the run game. I don't think they've really gotten many deep, big plays, even though Rodgers has made some good throws. And let's go. This is a Carson Wentz statement game that, hey, if we got to ride with Carson, we can do that. Let's go. Ginger beard, ginger pubes. Let's go. Let's ride, as Big Daddy Russ would say. Oh, let's go. Sunday morning. Let's go. My prediction, Vikings 31, Steelers 24. I think the Vikings are plainly a better team, and they just got to execute it. Thanks for listening. Sorry for my the slow thinking, and thanks for being on this season journey with me. I'll recap after Sunday. Thanks for listening. SKOOOOOL.